Ladies and gentlemen, we got some news today as John Wall has basically asked the Houston Rockets if he can be traded, and it seems like Houston is about to trade the former 5-time All-Star. Of course, before I get into the content, if you guys could leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new, turn the post notifications. I'm trying to hit 10,000 subscribers on this channel by the end of the year, and your subscription would be greatly appreciated. Let's get into the video. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I really did not think that there would be a video made on John Wall for a while. I mean, it seemed like that him and the Houston Rockets were on really good terms. And I mean, according to all my sources, it doesn't seem like that John Wall hates Houston or he hates Jalen Green or anything. It just seems like it was on mutual terms. Now, the plan for the Houston Rockets, from everything I'm reading, says the following. The plan is for John Wall to remain present around the Rockets entering training camp, which begins late this month, and to not play in games for the Houston Rockets this season. Basically, a little bit after that, they were just explaining that they want to like save his health, that they don't want to waste anything, they don't want him to get injured or anything, because he really doesn't want to play for Houston anymore. And obviously he's going to be traded pretty soon, within probably a week or so. So I mean, yeah, it would be really dumb for him to be in training camp a whole lot, or him doing things when in reality he could just get hurt. I will say this is going to be a very hard trade than a lot of people think. My first thought was, what about that, that Ben Simmons trade that could happen? But the only thing is though, and I don't know, I could probably look into this, does Houston have does the Philadelphia 76ers have $41 million they're willing to spend? Because John Wall's contract is $41 million per year, if I'm reading this right. Yep, I'm reading this exactly right. It says sources said that there are no buyout plans on the 2-year and $91 million remaining on John Wall's contract, including a $47 million player option on the 22-2023 season. So yeah, so it's not like a $40 million per year exactly, it's just how much it would all add up before averaging it all out. So in reality, it's actually probably like $20 million per year, which is still a lot for a player of John Wall who really isn't the same as he used to be. But at this point, I don't think it's that bad of a trade, because I feel like John Wall would actually fit pretty well in Philly for me. Now, there is obviously the possibility of him going back to Washington. I mean, I don't know if they would do it necessarily. It kind of seems like, yeah, it's not exactly right, but I think Bradley Beal wouldn't mind having John Wall back, even if he's not the same as he used to be. And I keep saying like, oh, John Wall is a former shell of himself, maybe with the dunking and stuff like that, but let's keep in mind, yeah, last year in 40 games, yes, he was a little bit injured during that season. He did average 20 points per game while playing 32 minutes per game, so I mean, he's still an efficient scorer. However though, Houston is simply just trying to move to a little bit of a younger side, as they just got Jalen Green. They have guys like Christian Wood, Kevin Porter, even Jayshawn Tate who's pretty good, Josh Christopher, all those like million different rookies they drafted. So it seems like they want a really young core, which I mean, I'm definitely not against. I feel like Houston's in this like rebuilding slash I guess retooling stage. I don't really know how to exactly word it, but it's not a bad stage. So I don't think it's like, oh, they're doing John Wall dirty. I just think they're in a different direction, and so is John Wall. Now at the time of reading this, there are some offers that they're going over. For example, some like the Clippers, the Heat, the Pistons. Those are just a couple teams they're looking at right now. I mean, it wouldn't be too bad necessarily. I mean, I don't know what Detroit can give up except maybe like a first round pick. I mean, I don't know what the Heat could give up. I mean, I think they're trying to keep a majority of their guys. I don't see them getting rid of a guy like Duncan Robinson or someone like of that nature that they literally just re-signed. And the Clippers, like I said, I don't know what else they'd be willing to give up. Like, what are you willing to give up for John Wall is my question. I mean, I'm seeing a couple people come up with these like crazy ass like 3-team trades or something that involve like the Bucks and the Warriors and all that. Honestly, I really do see him going to like a team like Philly or just something like that. I really don't know where he's gonna go, to be honest. Like, there's maybe even Washington. Like, that's about it. I can't see him going to Houston. I definitely can't see him going to the Lakers. Trust me, Flat Mike, I've been seeing the tweets. He's not going to the Lakers. And if he goes to the Lakers, then yeah, I'll be done with basketball forever. You'll see me talking about the NFL. And I have to say, this is like one of the only trade situations, might be the only trade situation of like this offseason so far, where I've seen, I'm like, where the hell is he gonna go? I can't think of a situation for John Wall to get traded. I just can't. I mean, it makes sense for him to get traded because obviously they want a little bit of a younger core, but I mean, I just don't see a situation where John Wall really does get traded to like a certain team. I think whatever team he does get traded to, however, will probably be like more of a younger team. They need some veterans, maybe like I don't fucking know, guys. I mean, the Heat doesn't sound too bad, but now I'm trying to think like, okay, who could they give up? But I know they have pieces, but like, are they willing to give up those pieces for John Wall, who is 31 years old, but who's still not that bad of a player, to be honest? I mean, the Pistons just drafted Cade Cunningham, and I'm pretty sure he's a point guard, and if he's not a point guard, he'll at least run it for that time. I mean, I think the Miami Heat just got Kyle Lowry, and I think like John Wall really does want a starting spot. And I mean, the only place I can think of is the Clippers, but Reggie Jackson was a really good point guard last season. I mean, I see Thunder trading on Twitter, even though it has nothing to do with basketball, but I'm starting to think, is the Oklahoma City Thunder, I mean, a good option? I know they have Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, he's a shooting guard, I think he wouldn't be that bad of a point guard, but I know they do have some like stuff they could give up, but could they take on the contract is the big question at hand. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I've literally been scouring over the internet for the past 10 minutes and I cannot find a single thing that says, oh, John Wall's gonna be traded to this team or that team. Like, I don't think anyone really knows. I mean, it's an interesting situation. I mean, it's a really big buyout and it really does seem like the only way that Houston can get with this trade is like with picks involved, and I really don't know if Houston wants to do that. I really do hope John Wall gets traded to a decent team where at least he can compete for a championship, because I've always liked John Wall. I thought he was a really good player. I loved watching him in Washington, and when it did seem like that his career was kind of coming to an end, I was a little saddened because I love John Wall, but I mean, I really do hope the best for him. I know some people worried like, oh, he's gonna do a minimum buyout, or he's like, oh, a minimum contract for a super team. Well, let's just keep in mind he can't sign another contract right now, okay? So the only way he goes to another team is if somehow that Brooklyn traded for John Wall, or like the Lakers traded for John Wall or something like that. So yeah, he's not going to a super team unless that happens, which I highly doubt. I mean, there's a chance that Houston will dump John Wall for dirt and rocks, but I mean, I seriously hope that they don't just say, you know, let's just ruin the NBA one more step at a time. I mean, hell, they already did that with James Harden. You might as well give him your other guard. But with that being said, that is it for the John Wall story. I do have one more story I would like to talk about, and that's Aaron Gordon. Aaron Gordon just signed a 4-year, $90 million+ deal with the Denver Nuggets. I think Aaron Gordon played very well last year for the Denver Nuggets. I just don't know if the 4-year, $90+ million deal was exactly worth it, but I do think that Aaron Gordon, well, they deserve the contract. I'm excited to see Denver this year. You know, him and with Nikola Jokic and Jamal Murray should be back very soon, so I'm excited to see what this young Denver team can do. But with that being said, that's gonna do it for the video. If you guys did enjoy the video, make sure you do leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new, turn on post notifications. I will see you guys in the next one. Have an amazing day, take care, peace. If you have made it to the end of the video, here are 2 videos on the screen that I think you guys will really enjoy. Anyways, cue the outro.